If you are angry about these realities that we face in 2016, stand up again. If you are tired of being angry, stand up. If you want to turn your anger into action, stand up. If you are ready to come together and be an unstoppable force to take on racism that has gotten our country to this point, then stand up. If you believe that we are an unstoppable force, stand up. Sisters and brothers, my name is Alphonso Mayfield, and I'm the president of the Florida Public Services Union. As you just saw, while some of us stood up more than others, everyone in here stood at least one time for the statements that we shared. What we need to understand is that race and racism are at the core of those conditions and realities. However, as we also saw, racial identity was not the sole determining factor in who stood up. This brings us to the way we'd invite you to approach our time together this morning. We're going to be exploring racism and racial justice today. We're not only talking about racism or the way that racism is often understood, a person behaving in a discriminatory way towards someone else because of their skin color. We want to talk about racism as something that happens on a structural level. Racial bias and discrimination throughout and across institutions, across education, housing, criminal justice, healthcare, employment, and throughout society. It is this kind of racism that systematically advantages one group of people, white people, and disadvantages black people and people of color. More than a year ago, I was asked to become part of a team of people inside of SEIU who were tasked to look at the history and root causes of racism, how it still affects the lives of black people today, who benefits from power structures built upon racism and discrimination, and what racism is doing to the lives of black people and First Nations people and Latinos and Asians, and guess what? And white people, and all of us. And just as we saw, it impacts all of us. The three people with me: Roxanne Sanchez, president of Local 10 to 1. Dave Pickus, president of District 1199, New England. And Louisa Blue, along with 22 other leaders, joined me on SEIU's Racial Justice Task Force. Here are some of the commitments that we made to one another as we started the journey. And I'm going to say this also, this is really important. We promised each other that we would be genuine, honest, and all in. That whatever we bring in this moment is enough. We promise to hang in there and see this through together, even when things got tough. To be open, to be challenging, and to be willing to rethink our own beliefs about what things are and how they work. And this is just the beginning of our conversation. Today, we invite you all into that conversation. And through your action, we can reach every member on this journey to realize and visualize our vision of building a wider movement. Thank you.